So here we have the Nissan Juke Techna Automatic on a 66 plate. I'm going to start off by showing you around the outside of the car, and then we'll hop in and I'll run for a few controls on the inside. But you can see from the outside it's a 5-door car with alloy wheels and tinted windows. Let's start off inside the boot and then work our way around the rest of the car from there. So as we approach the back of the car, you'll notice there's no reversing sensors. That's because this car has a 360 parking camera, which I'll show you when we're inside the car. Plenty of boot space, along with that 60/40 split folding rear seat. And the boot space is increased by lifting, and if you wish to, removing this tray. Okay, so we're just going to work our way back round to the front of the car now, and then I will hop in and we can run through some controls. But now that we've done a full circle of the car, you can see it's in great condition the whole way round. Just briefly before I climb in, I think it's well worth seeing the interior from this exterior point of view. As you can see, you get full leather seats. There's plenty to run from the dashboard, so let's hop in and we'll do that now. Okay, so now that we're inside the car, we're going to start with the dials. On the left-hand side, we've got the rev counter, and on the right-hand side, the speedometer. In the middle, at the very top, you can see the total miles for this car, which are only 1,629, so very low mileage. We've also got the fuel gauge and coolant temperature gauges up there, and as it's an automatic, it will show you what gear the car is currently in just here as well. The two green symbols that you see, they are for lane departure warning system and blind spot monitoring system. There are videos on our website and Facebook page that will show you exactly how those two things work. It's well worth checking those out. If we back out to the steering wheel, on the right hand side we've got cruise control and speed limiter, and on the left hand side we have stereo controls as well as the ability to answer and end phone calls. So once you've paired the phone, hit that button when someone's ringing you and you'll be able to answer the phone, and similarly you'd be able to put the phone down with that button. The phone is paired itself over in this central screen here, but before we come back to the phone, you can see this car's got DAB digital radio. It also has AM and FM radio as well. On top of that, it has a CD player, which you can see along the top there. It has USB and auxiliary input, and once you've paired your phone, not only can you make and receive phone calls, but you can stream music wirelessly via Bluetooth audio as well. On top of that, we have satellite navigation, which will come up on this screen, and I mentioned when we were at the back of the car, the 360 parking camera. If I pop the car into reverse, on the right hand side we've got a reverse camera image with guidelines showing you where the car would be headed, and then we've got a bird's eye view on the left hand side there as well. And it goes one step beyond that. If you press the camera button, in fact if I put the car into park, press the camera button, we have a front facing camera, a front near side wheel camera, and actually you can go all the way back round to have a front facing camera and a 360 camera should you wish to. So you've got a whole kind of choice in terms of options there. It makes the car very, very easy to park as well, of course. Below that, we've got the climate control. You can adjust the temperature with this dial, fan speed with this one, and then to turn the air conditioning on, simply hit that button or hit that button and it will put it on auto, and the car will maintain 24 degrees for you, and you can override it just by adjusting the fan speed yourself. This whole screen doubles up as not only the climate control but also the driver mode. If I press that, you'll see all of the options will now change. It becomes a completely different screen, and you can change the setup of the car. Normal, sport and eco. Any of these modes, you are changing the setup of the engine, the gearbox, the steering and the climate control. So in sport mode, everything will be a bit stiffer. It'll rev higher in each gear. Eco, the exact opposite of that, and normal, where you'd be most of the time. Underneath that, to the right hand side, we've got the auxiliary and USB input, and to the left hand side, a 12-volt charging socket. We then have the fully automatic gearbox, and all the way back under the central armrest, heated driver and passenger seats. All that leaves me to say is thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you'd like to come and see the car in person and have a test drive, please feel free to call any of our MJA sites. We'd love to hear from you soon.